Let's answer the age-old question. Are they great gowns? Beautiful gowns. We have some looks from Taylor Swift's Eras tour. Let's see what we think. So we have this silver sparkly squid look. No. This purple dress, you know what? The cupcake is cute, but the top, well, I mean, why is there just nothing here? Just nothing. Just boy. Back. Back is where your chest should be. Oh God. What the heck is this yellow? One, you see, your mama ain't taught you right because you don't have the complexion to wear yellow. Let's start there. The only time you should have anything this yellow on your skin is when you spill French's mustard, heifer. But this Project Runway failure. What the heck is that metal button doing loose? Why doesn't the waist come around all the way? And then you got this ugly little dress underneath. Beyonce did it and she did it well. Why are you trying to copy her? A bodysuit with no body. How dreadful. This is very Luann Lesseps Cabaret, and y'all have about the same vocal ability. Now, this reminds me of the Beyonce Hands bodysuit, but you've got snakes on it, and you are a snake. But Beyonce did it better. This is an okay gown. You know, you could tell that they got tired of trying to actually have a pattern when they beaded, but it's all right. It's great for a low-end debutante like yourself. Now, I'm sorry, but Electra from Pose wore this look better. You'll never be Stevie Nicks. Now, you went from having no chest to this great big maroon boob. How do we go from just flat to D-cup maroon boob? It don't make no sense. That titty's still in the entire guitar area. You went from boy to broad in 0.5 seconds. How many Muppets had to die for you to stand there and look that foolish? Oh, she's giving doily. 1978 tablecloth. Oh, Jesus. Off-key chunky heel. Doily Part 2. The embroidery returns. It looks like you took the other dress and just hot glued some toilet tissue to it. It's very paper mache. This outfit screams, I want to be a nymph, but you know you're a nitwit. It wouldn't be a pink toe affair without some pumpkin spice. Now that is a good gown. Great gown. Beautiful gown. Well, let me know what you thought of her looks. Down in the comments. So we open with Carrie doing a Zoom for her book tour, and this lady asks her, tell me about your book, and she's like, you haven't read it? Girl, you trying to sell to the audience. This heifer don't matter. We see Miranda is settling in with Naya. And over with Lisa, we got all the kids on the bed. Oh, but she's calling Charlotte to congratulate her on Rock's Ralph Lauren ad. Oh, God. But then we find out her other daughter's planning to lose her virginity after a lunch at Nobu. I guess she listened to Afternoon Delight when she was growing up. I've always been more of an evening girl myself. So back with Lisa and her husband, they're having conflicting events on the same night because he's running for comptroller. Charlotte gives her daughter a sex pep talk, and her daughter's like, I got this covered. Then we head over to the Apple store with Carrie and Seema. And Seema, I love this coat. Now this is a look. And Carrie, you look like you just got off the bus from Staten Island, which is honestly where this show belongs. Staten Island, it's that bad. Actually, no, Mob Wives was on Staten Island. This belongs on Hart Island because it's sick and dying. Oh, so they're going to do a summer share in the Hamptons. They're going to say sharing a house is too Bravo TV. And then, oh, this is when they throw in the Bethany Frankel dig. So Carrie agrees to head on out to the Hamptons. Meanwhile, across town, Miranda's at Shay's. So Shay recording cameos in bed. Miranda's like, I thought we said goodnight. Girl, calm down. Shay, do that shit in the living room. So Miranda and Shay start arguing, and Shay's still in a depression. Miranda's like, I'm worried about you. You're moping around. Let the heifer mope. Oh, uh-oh. Miranda's like, well, why do I get sullen, sad you, and the internet gets happy you? And Shay says, because I'm not performing for you. Mm-hmm. I know about that. Oh, over with Carrie and her publisher. Her publisher wants her to go to WidowCon. So the head of the event is some heifer from Saturday Night Live who's changed her name from Karen to Carrie because, well, she's like, you ain't getting me. And so apparently this heifer thinks that Carrie stood her up for some work project they had back in the 90s. So in a plot twist that makes no sense, Carrie calls Shay because she's got to speak at WidowCon and she's never spoken in front of that many people before, and Shay is so fearless. Shay mopes and whines but agrees to go because Miranda said you got to get out the house and stop stanking because you know she ain't washing. Later that night, the ladies head to Naya's for dinner. Well, Naya's and Miranda's. So at dinner, these idiots amp Miranda up to confront Steve about the divorce. Child, she don't even know how long she gonna be a late-in-life lesbian. She better keep her schlong in saran wrap. But then the topic of Aiden gets brought up and he's divorced, living in Virginia now. So she go home and email Aiden. However, she ain't send it and Seema sees it the next day while they're looking for their house in the Hamptons. However, the day of WidowCon, there's a snowstorm. So Shay is trying to get out of going with Carrie, and Carrie's like, I gotta go. Carrie pulls out the I got a dead husband and guilt Shay into going. Over with Lisa. Her car service is canceled. Her husband offers her a ride, but she's like, oh no, I don't need a night to save me. He already has the car, but child, okay. So this heifer walks to the dang venue in a blizzard. For what? Oh God, now Charlotte's daughter's calling her saying she ain't got no condoms. You couldn't just run out to the store and get some yourself? So now Charlotte running out to get her daughter some condoms. So they get to the widow convention and this funny comedian's performing, and of course that makes Carrie nervous, and Shay's like, okay, maybe I can muster up a joke for you. So she does, but we gonna see if it helps Carrie's intro or not. So we get to Lisa's event, which goes off without a hitch, and her husband's in the audience. You know, of course he gonna be there for his woman. I like their Huxtable tea. Charlotte drop off her daughter's condoms. Back at Carrie's event, she clinches it. You don't move on because you want to. You move on because you've outgrown who you used to be. That's a word. Now that is a word. However, over at Miranda and Steve's, Miranda asked Steve when he's gonna move out, and he's like, this is my house. And she said, well, I'm on the mortgage. And he said, well, I renovated all of this and turned it into the house that actually has value, heifer. You ruined everything. But then she start crying and run out the door, and he's like, no, I didn't mean it. Yes, you did, and she deserved it. Oh, goodness, so Steve's been having sex in the house, but, I mean, you're having a whole relationship, so who cares? So Miranda's like, okay, I'll drop the divorce papers. I'm head out. Glad you having sex. And Steve's like, well, you the one that made me a victim. I was never a victim. Oh, God, now Shay wants to break up with Miranda. I knew that shit wasn't gonna last. Not your first late-in-life lesbian. So Carrie emails Aiden, and that's where the shit in, and I mean shit, fecal, crap, diarrhea, constipated, squat, scat, call it guano, cause the answer is no.